Hello, good evening. Good evening. Wow, I'm trying to play my. You're welcome. God bless you. You are able to hear me tonight. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening, everyone. You are welcome. You are welcome to tonight at the turning point. I need somebody to share with me. Yeah, thank you, Sister Christine, for doing that with me. You are welcome because I need to see myself as well. Yes, you are welcome to today's at the turning point. Good evening, Mommy Fatimu. Thank you very much. Good evening, Mommy Christine. Good evening, Mommy Elizabeth. Happy weekend, Ma. Good evening, Mommy Ronke Adewoye, all the way from Nigeria. Good evening, Mommy Otiyele. Mommy Mary Icott. Thank you very much for joining at the turning point. Thank you. Help me to share. You know how we do it here. Help me to share. Let people know we are on. Help me to share. Help me to share into your group. Help me to share. Let people know we are on. Send the invite to your friends. I'm trying to do it here as well. Yes, please let people know that we're on today. We're going to go. It's going to go really controversial. I'm going to go on Instagram as well. Sorry about that, because Instagram do lock me out quickly. So that's why I always delay to join. Yes, the Instagram people, help me to share. Thank you very much for joining. Mommy Adewumi Victoria, thank you very much for joining. Tonight we're doing part 2 of our topic. Please help me to share. Yes, if you are with me, help me to share tonight. Yes, it's going to be glorious. Help me to share. Yes, on Instagram. Thank you very much, Labike. Thank you for coming, Lucia. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you. Sherry, thank you for coming in. Help me to share. Let people know that we're on. Help me to share. How are you? How have you been? Hope you've not been feeling too much heat wherever you are. Hope you're not been feeling too much cold. Yes, I want to say to us, compliment of the season, regardless of what the situation is all around about us. I want to appreciate God for your life. Yeah, welcome to At the Turning Point today, the 27th of November 2020. Last Thursday in the month of November, we're moving to December. Yes, a big shout out to everyone celebrating one occasion or the other this week. We want to appreciate you. Get a cool water and just join us. Yes, thank you for sharing. Help me to share. You are welcome. Good Mommy Ayoade. Thank you much. Thank you for helping out. Thank you, Mommy Abioku. Thank you for joining tonight. Tonight we're going to continue. We're moving into part B. And this is the 10th episode of At the Turning Point. Hooray! We've been on 10 different times, 10 episodes. And today, because of the topic that we want to discuss, is converting our negative vibes in terms of jealousy into positive vibe. Tonight we're going to go into, continue from where the question was so controversial last week, and we discussed a little bit last week what to be jealous is. I will just quickly paraphrase, or what will I do? Summarize rather. Jealousy is a tricky two-edged emotional sword. because in a small amount it can serve to protect important relationship by motivating people to be attentive or act desirably. In a large amount, however, jealousy is often very coercive to relationship and can even give rise to violence that can utterly destroy them. So jealousy can lead to aggravated violence, death, it can cause maiming, it can destroy lives, anything. So it's normally involve more than one person. When it comes to the word jealousy or the emotion, you can't jealous yourself. It has to be between two people or more. So it has to involve someone else. So tonight we're going to continue from last week. The question on the show, we had our wonderful guests, a philanthropist, a woman of great substance. She's a CEO of many companies. Yes, she's very experienced when it comes to this topic. She's coming today with a new view because we're going to start the question together tonight. And we're going to have time when we will call in as well. I want to hear your view. I want you to be able to cause somebody to do a 360-degree turnaround in terms of negative vibe, converting it to positive tonight. I really we want to hear your view. We want you to participate. Your view will be well appreciated and then it will count. So this woman that we're having as our guest tonight has been through a lot of different life changing, training, a coach, a mother, she's a wife, a wonderful woman of influence. Join me to welcome our guest tonight, Miss MS RM Mary Otuyele. You are welcome to At the Turning Point. You are welcome. Welcome to At the Turning Point tonight. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing great. Where are you? You are welcome. You are welcome. You're welcome. We're just waiting for the
Thank,
screen to load you on.
thank you very
You are welcome. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Please help me to share tonight. You are not
So,
sharing. Luz Buba is joining us. Kofo calling tonight. Oh, Kofo Worola, you are welcome. Wambola Wusu is there. Pastor Josh, you need to call in tonight and encourage us. How can we tame? How can we tame? We're going to open our telephone line very soon. How can we tame this vibe? And at the same time, how can we convert the energy, the vibe that jealousy generates? How can we convert it to benefit us? Tonight, we're going to look into it, and I really want us to get ready. So, from last week, somebody asked a question. She made a call in. Thank you to that caller and said that, okay, so what do we say to this? If we say that God is a jealous God, is that a bad thing that God is a jealous God? Can is jealous killed and why? If we say being jealous is not a good vibe, it produces negative vibe through our own, our hormones and all that. Tosin, thank you for joining all the way from Germany. Thank you for joining. Help me to invite people on Facebook, people on Instagram. So over to you. I will just let you go in as we welcome you, Miss Mary. So you can start on that point where we stopped last week.
thank you very much, our wonderful host. Thank you for having me again. Although I was hijacked, it wasn't planned. I want to say a big good evening to everyone out there. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being part of this wonderful program. It's been so informative, educative, and it's a bit deep. And I'm happy these are the kind of things that we need at this time. We need to rethink, strategize, and to think outside the box.
Sorry, Miss Mary. Please, people on Instagram, in case you cannot hear, you can you can join the guests. You can join us on Facebook at Esther Icots iPhone Akinwusi, or you can go on YouTube. I was, I'm very, very sorry for last week because I actually sent people to YouTube, but I didn't realize that I didn't set the broadcast out. It was later on I realized. But we're there tonight. Is if you just go on YouTube, Esther Akiwuse, you will see us there. Please, if you can't get me there, just put something, just send a message so that I can do something about it. We can hear her. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, Mommy Christian, you just said that they can hear you. Thank you very much. You can carry on now, Miss Mary. Thank you.
Thank you. Last week I remember we had a discussion, and today we are going to do it all together. So please, unfortunately, for some reason I can't read comments on my I can't read comments, so I will not be able to read what people are typing. But please, if you can just let us hear what people are saying. But I want us all to do it together. We want your view, we want your opinion, we want how you feel. We can't all be, it's part of our culture. We all just go the same way. Let somebody think outside the box. Let somebody else think. I want us to think outside the box. Let's hear your view about this topic. It's a very broad topic. And today we want to, we were, last week we were at the point where the turning point actually, comes in. The question that was asked before we ended the program was, okay, we are saying we should not be jealous, run away from whoever you feel that is being jealous of your achievement. We were able to give various definitions of jealousy, envy, covet, and people were asking, oh, how do I deal with, if somebody is jealous of me and I know, and there's somebody that I can't talk to or I can't run away from, but I can feel that, there's seed of jealous in this person's attitude. We extended it to the word vibes. And I remember we discussed vibe. We were able to mention, we're just recapping from people that that were not here last week. Vibe is your aura, is how you are, how you are being, interpret. Your vibe is your aura, is your attitude,
Hmm.
and that is why we spend a lot of time on the word vibes. We were able to explain that, when we are talking about vibe, is your emotional state or the atmosphere of a place as communicated to, or as it is communicated or felt by others. So your intention might be different from what other feels, but your vibe actually express what people feel about you. Most of the time, you don't need to talk. Before, your talk can do a lot, but now your people want to, your vibe. Sometimes you post something. I remember I posted something. I saw it on somebody's wall, and it made sense to me, and I shared, I said, no, it's not every time you have to be posting Jesus is this. So it made sense to me, and I posted it on my wall, and a lot of people were like, oh, in fact that day the comments I received were really far more than when I post anything like Jesus we do this, I declare and I declare. Because people started to commenting, oh, is everything okay? Who is fooling who is this who? And I was like, no, I just saw this on somebody's post, and I realized that, yeah, sometimes you just want to let some fools know that you are fooling them, so that they will feel fooled, and you don't have to before, the expression. And I felt really like, oh, this post, it sends a vibe out to people. A lot of people were like, oh, and a lot of people that have called me long time, they started calling me that, oh, just to get my reaction. Maybe, is he talking to me, is she talking to me, is she talking to me? So vibe goes a long way. You don't have to talk when it comes to verb. Your attitude, your expression, and the way it is being perceived by individual or other people. So today, I mean, from the question that were asked, we were discussing about how you express. Jealous. How do you deal with jealous? And a lot of people said a lot of things. But we stopped at a question which I believe we all remember. The question was, why did God say I'm a jealous God? If God says I'm a jealous God, so why should we run away? So does that mean we should run away from God? So can we get answer from that?
Yes, we really need people's
Please, can you
contribution on this.
can we get, why did God say I'm a jealous God? Does that mean we should run away from God? When we said if you identify a jealous people around you or you're a jealous person around you, just make sure that you run away from them, or you just try to avoid them in your life because they are negative, of their negative energy towards your achievement. So please, let's get what are your contributions? What do you have to say about that statement, that question?
Yeah, what do you have
God
to
said,
say about it? Yes. You can call in
God
as
said,
well to our number as well if you want to call in to answer. If you prefer to call in on +447 309 330100. That is what, if you are calling from UK, +44, and you will see that going on the screen as well. I need somebody to help me type it on Instagram. +44 730 933 0100. Or if you want to call WhatsApp, it's +234 803 9158 779. We have to, in order for us to be able to get to conversion of negative vibe, we need to deal with this question. And remember that when we talk about being envy, it generates kind of energy, which is we converted, is called vibe. But then it releases toxic, even inside of us and outside. And to dig deep, we need to dig deep into why. We mentioned some of it, like 10, 13 points I made mention last week of what could have caused it and how can you deal with it. So when we answer this question, we need to remember that, okay, what is God trying to say at that time? What is God trying to say at that time? Please, we need people to answer,
nobody
because
has said anything.
yeah, Miss Mary, when we are looking at this issue about God, because I don't want it to really not benefit people that maybe they don't know God yet. I want it to benefit everyone, because when you talk about this topic, it affects everyone, whether you are male or female, young, old, maybe you are black or white, brown, pink. It affects anyone, whether you're Christian or not Christian. It doesn't matter which culture you actually came from. This affects anybody that is breathing. It affects even people that are not human beings. So it's issue, it's a big issue. If you go to animal kingdom, they do this as well. So for you to know that it's a big issue and it destroy. So Miss Mary, I just want to throw this question to you as well, that if someone, if we talk about God and we say that, okay, God is a jealous God, and he said, I'm a jealous God. My own, if I want to answer that question, I will check to see what is meant by what God. Okay, somebody is trying to call that. What exactly? Hold on 1 minute. Sorry about that. Okay, that person had dropped. Okay, I would want to see from other translation of the Bible, because it might be through the translation of the Bible, maybe the word that they could use to describe what God, was saying in the Bible, as what King James was able to use. Because when you check other translation, some translation didn't use jealousy. Some used jealous, but used it and explain what God meant about it. So to me, it looks like the kind of jealous that they were saying in the Bible has to do with when God was telling the children of Israel that you don't go and serve another idol. I don't want you to place me in a position that you are, I'm in competition with idol. You don't serve another God except me. To me, in one word, it looks like positive energy. Although there's a consequence to it, it looks like positive vibe. Like it's telling them that, well, I am God that jealous because I love you and I want you alone for myself. Not that God is envious of human being doing good, but the negative one is when somebody is cannot stomach, when the temperature in your stomach is higher than the temperature in your body because somebody is doing good and you cannot handle it, and you wish that you are in the position of that person, not coveting. So God is not in rivalry with us or competition. He loved us from the point of view of his love towards us. That he actually, that statement came from, and that's what I've been looking at. I don't know what's your own take. We need people to talk. I know, okay,
A
somebody.
lot of people have said they've said a lot of things, and I want to acknowledge everybody's point, which they are very, very important and vital. I've got Miss Farayola here, and this is a very important point she raised. She said God's jealousy is not destructive. He is a loving father. If you remember, somebody asked a question last week that, okay, can somebody love and can you turn love to jealous? If somebody love you and it turns to jealous, and this is what Miss Fariola is saying here, that God jealous is not destructive. Yes, it was mentioned in the Bible that God, he said, I'm a jealous God. I'm going to attend to your question, but I want to read. I've got Pastor Tolu Joshua here. He said, when we use the word jealous, we use it in the sense of being envious of someone who has something we do not have. Yes,
Yeah.
we did that last week. I think you were not there. That's then a person might be jealous or envious of another person because someone has something that they do not have.
Oh,
A
I
nice
cannot hear
car.
you.
Oh, yes, we appreciate that. But this is where we are going. Another example would be that one person, okay, he was trying to explain what jealous is about, which we did last week.
Wow, our guest, your voice is guest.
Hello.
Okay, you're cutting off. You are cutting off. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Again, this pastor Tolu said in Exodus 20 verse 5, it is not that God is jealous or envious because someone has something. So let's get that point right. It is not that God is jealous because someone has something he wants or needs. Exodus 20 verse 4 to 5 says, you shall not make yourself an idol, which somebody else said. Miss Modupe said, God is jealous because he does not want us to serve another God. Miss Christine said, God did not want us to give his glory to another. So we've all answered this question.
Yeah,
And
somebody said on Instagram, that is Mommy Shueton. Thank you for joining all the way from Colchester, Exodus 26. God said, I'm a jealous God, has to be used in the context it was used. It is used to tell his children that they should not serve any God beside him. And somebody else, Mommy Christina, you are there. Okay, Koforala said, word said. And then Mommy Christine said, yes, God's jealous for us is positive. Yes, that's a big thumb up. That's good. So it is an expression of his Almighty, the love he has for us as his children. Wow, that is great. That is Mommy Shweton. So that's the comment coming from Instagram. Thank you very much for your contribution. That
I've
is
got
so positive and that is so key. Thank you.
Miss Zebola Wusu says, I God does not want us to worship another God beside him. As he told the Israelites in the Bible, he's trying to protect us from destruction. Thank you very much, Miss Bola. I've got Miss Benita here. Because we said that people should contribute, we need to acknowledge what everybody has said, and you've all answered the question. Miss Benita said, I believe the jealous of God is different from the jealous of man. God's jealous is to seek your attention. Thank you very much. Now, I just want to, like what our host said about the way it's being used in the Bible in different ways. Yes, true. After the show last week, I went back into different version to check what does it mean. Is God really somebody we should run away from or war? Because he said I'm a jealous God. Same Exodus that everybody have mentioned was where I got this, but New Living Translation. He said, you must not bow down. Exodus 20 verse 5. You must not bow down to them or worship them. For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, who will not tolerate your affection for any other gods. That is the word. He can't
So,
tolerate. It's different from he doesn't want you to succeed. He just can't tolerate your attention to any other after he has done all this for you. And that is what leads to the overprotection that we were talking about. When somebody is so, is negatively protecting you, to them, they love you. That's why they're being like that, harsh at you. But it's not the kind of love that we're talking about. He has that is leading to something different from the love. The Lord said, I cannot tolerate your affection for other God. So
okay, moving on from that. Thank you very much for that. I think we had one caller. Please, that caller, you can call back now to give your own contribution. I think you can call back now. I think our guest is talking. Hello, but I think we've lost you again.
hello.
Yeah, I can hear you again. Yes.
Yeah, I thought you said somebody want to call.
Yes, please, caller, you can call back to bring your own view as well on this, because we need to get it all around that to make sure. Please help us to share. Please, if you are on Instagram, if you are on Facebook, help us to share. Let people know that we're on. Please, please, please. And somebody asked a question. That is Mommy Christine. He said that, so is jealousy a sign of love? So is jealousy a sign of love? Yes, it is a sign of love, because when I was doing the research, it's exactly what Miss Mary just said now. Not balancing it. When it turns to negative, when it's been overdone. And this is the vibe conversion. This is where the conversion comes in. This is where the turning point comes in. People do not express jealousy through a single emotion or a single behavior. Rather, they express it through diverse emotions and behavior. So, nevertheless, looking at it through a higher magnificated magnification, the common experience of jealousy for most people usually involve fear of losing a romantic partner or other important person to another person. So now when we talk about that vibe, it's what the question that Mommy Christine is asking now is that we see that not only, we make that definition that, oh, could it be that is somebody wanting somebody's position or what that person did not have? Then this is another definition for jealousy. Jealousy can rise from you trying to express love, but when you overdo it, then it becomes an obsession. Then it will produce negative vibe instead of positive vibe. Then when you are afraid of losing a romantic partner, that is where the love is. And if you see the love that we're talking about, God, but I don't want us to turn into church anyway, or other important person to another person, when you are suspicious, when you are not happy, when you are, your emotion, you react, you show different vibe, when there is diminished self-esteem. So we have to be careful. When we love people, we can overdo it. I always say that, there is extreme to everything, and you can underdo love. So we need to know how to balance it. We don't choke each other with love. When your love for someone, your children, your partner, your friend is choking them, is turning to negative, because if you choke them to death, then the obsession will develop for me. The vibe, instead of you are loving them and fighting them because they are late coming home, but you are loving them, so you want them to be saved. That's why you're saying that, why did you stay late at night? And the end of the day, you are fighting and it turns to negative vibe, and you are nagging each other. So that's why, if we cannot balance it, if the love extend to the extent that you are choking that person, then it turns to something else. You might not want to take what belongs to them, but you might be overprotecting, and it can lead to jealousy and rivalry as well. Yes, ma. And envy, competition, it can lead to competing with each other. It can lead to so many things. I think there are comments here.
I want
Miss
to believe I want to believe that we are happy with the response and answer to that question, so we can move on, because we are now at the turning point.
Yeah,
We
this is
are
at the
right
turning
now at
point.
the turning point.
If you can read one or two comments as well, Miss Mary, like Pastor Tolu said, Chris, okay, Christina, you are there. Two type of jealousy. Jealousy in relationship. This type of jealousy stems from fear of being replaced by someone else in a valued relationship. Yes, and and jealousy related to power and status. That's the second one. This type of jealousy often occur in the workplace, as it often relates to competition. You see, that's what we are saying. That so it's not only us wanting to take something from someone, but Miss Mary had such a very powerful information to give us. So we are moving on. This is at the turning point. We are going to make a 360-degree turnaround. If you are a victim of jealousy, or you are the one producing the vibe tonight, I want all these comments and this suggestion, this discussion, I want you to really get into us. Let's think about it. We don't need to be envious. There are some things we need to dig deep, and that's what Miss Mary will say. We need to check inside, deep down, where it comes from, where that thought, why did I feel like that? Why is my hormones producing such a temperature that I don't like and I cannot control? If you cannot dig deep and check, then competition starts, rivalry starts, envy starts, and so many other things. Amen. Our intimacy with God. Thank you very much for joining, Ma. He said, Amen. Want us to fall in trap of enemy. Okay, God do not want us to fall in trap of enemy. Our God is a jealous and loving God. Then Mommy Christine said, an example of jealous is a husband who dislike other men looking at his wife. Wow, that one is even beyond jealousy. That one is a pure death. It's a serious one. Yes, that's true. Oluyemi said, our love over love and under love. So how do we balance? Where do we strike the balance? Miss Mary, if we said that there is over love or under love, where do we strike the balance? How do we know the boundary? Where do we draw the line in order for it not to lead to become a jealous issue, or envious issue, competition issue, using power at work, not able to handle the temperature and vibe running through our system. And this happens to us every day, and it has destroyed so many, many, many. Balancing our emotions. Miss Christine said that. Please help us here. Okay, Miss Dupe said a scenario, ma. I heard of a man who drugged his wife to stop her from going for an interview which could move the family forward. His excuse was that he's jealous of missing her because she will be influenced at the top. Wow, that question is big. Miss Mary, are you there? That question
Yes.
is big. That question, if I can get that question, I need to show it. So, what do you say to that? A man, please, people, can you help us to comment? A man drugged his wife going for an interview. He doesn't want her to go because he knew that if he managed to secure that job, she will become an influence and she'll be at the top. Will you, what kind of love will you categorize into? Is it over or under or balanced?
That
As
is pure envy.
wickedness. Eh?
That is pure envy. And when it comes to husband and wife, I will not lie to you. On this type of program or show, if we go into that, we will not be able to achieve what we are talking about, what we're actually in for today. That's a very deep questions. I mean, a question, and I personally, I mean, you need to understand the motive behind the action. That is where the vibe comes in. It's very, I don't want to be judgmental here with this question. There might have been issues. It might not be because of her getting a job that is going to be this and that. There might have been argument, and the guy might have been very, very upset. I said, get off my car. He might not even have the intention, but this is where the vibe comes in. You that was dropped, the way you perceive the vibe of him dropping you off on the road is that he doesn't want you to, get money, get good pay, so that you will not earn more than him or whatever. But having said that, I will say that I don't want us to look at it, because, like I said, we won't be able to achieve our main thing here this evening. Because personally, I want to actually deal with it like branches. Because if I just say, he's a wicked man, he's a very bad man, he's a very stupid man, we should shoot him and let him die. He's a very, yes, the vibe we got from that question is that he's a wicked man. But
Mm.
we need to look at it from different points of view. We need to really look at it from the different point of view. That is why it is very important for us to not to go into it like husband and wife are culture beat. Because if I say now that pack your load from that man's house, that man does not want you for good, you will say they are judging. And this is husband and wife, don't forget. You will be so surprised that the same husband will say, I'm sorry, I don't know what came over me, don't worry, we will fast and pray, and you will get another job that is even better than that one. Where do you stand?
I think it's deep. I think it's deep, like what you're saying. But nevertheless, what that man did wasn't good, and we will not advise anyone to do such, no matter what the circumstances could be. What he had done is a jailable offense. Drugging someone, and people do it for fun these days. It's not right. We are not
Okay,
supposed.
drugged, sorry, drugged. I thought she wrote dropped.
No,
I thought
drug.
she wrote dropped
No,
from the
drug. Yeah,
dropped in
drug.
the car.
No, no, no.
Drugged.
Yeah. So,
Well, yeah, it could be a jailable, but when it comes to relationship, there's little we can say when it comes to relationship. Because if you ask the other side of the story, there's always two sides to the story. What he has done is very bad, is wicked. And if somebody can do, me personally, if I want to advise you, honestly speaking, my advice is going to be very harsh, and I don't want us to go into that,
you
to
don't
be
want us
honest.
to go into that. Okay, I will read some comments, Miss Mary. Thank you for that. I really like the way you're balancing it. Yeah, somebody said balance your emotion. When you overlove, it becomes, that is Miss Bola, becomes an obsession that can lead to harm if care is not taken. Welcome, Miss Nikki. And also, Bola Wusu said, partner who does not want their spouse to mingle with any other, do the obsession. That is abuse. I think Nick Pham is saying that what we read now is an abuse and it should not be tolerated. Yes, that's it. So please, this is the turning point. If anybody has advised you to do that, yeah, Luz Bab said on healthy relationship that relationship is unhealthy. They need to dig down, like what Miss Mary said, to the bottom of what the issue they are having is, because definitely something is not right. If anybody can drug anyone, this is the turning point today. That person can kill. This has even gone beyond jealousy, because that drug could possibly have killed anyone. Then Koforala said obsession and abuse. That is a that is a key, and we need to bear in mind it happens to women or men, young or old. When it comes to this issue that we're discussing about, the vibe that you get, it's a serious one when it comes to obsession. How do you now convert it? When it's turning to abuse, it's serious. On Instagram again, that is pure wickedness and jealousy. Okay, so Mary is correct. There might be more that we know. That's true. Drugging the wife show you, that is Benita. Thank you very much. Sorry, I'm not mentioning people's names. Sorry. Christine said, okay, Mommy Otuyele is blowing love. That God will help us. Okay. Mommy Modupe Fadim, okay, I pinned her thing. So okay, thank you for blowing love, Mommy Adele. Thank you for joining. Yes, over to you, Miss Mary. Where is Miss Mary? I hope she's still there. Miss Mary, where is she? Nice to have you back. So over to you now. At least you'll be able to give us 1 or 2 points, because I have a scenario that I want us to look into as well as we're moving ahead. Over to you.
Hello,
Miss
everyone. I'm
Mary,
there.
over to you.
I'm there. Hello.
Yes. Okay.
I'm there.
Hello. Yeah, we're getting you back now. Yeah. Yeah, you can carry on now. Miss Mary, you can carry on now. I think
Just
the
to make
network.
it very brief, because just to make it just to make it very brief because of our time, the turning point we have now is our mindset. To be honest with you, yeah, I'm on our mindset, and that is where the turning point is. Our mindset. Our mindset. Your mindset. My mindset.
Hmm.
Hello.
Hello, we can hear
I believe
you.
you can hear me.
We can hear you. We can hear you, Miss Mary. We can hear you. I think the network is playing up today. We
Can you
can hear
hear
you.
me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please, can you put your thumb up to her so
Can you
she knows
hear
that
me?
if you can hear Miss Mary, I can hear you. I can hear you. I
Hello.
wanted I wanted to say praise
Can
the
you
Lord.
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. We can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay, is okay, good. Okay. Um, yes. Yes, our mindset is where we are going to now. Your mi- your mindset and my mindset. Your mindset and my mindset. Your mindset is the turning point. How do you when you sometimes we have different mindsets, and that is our motto. As an individual, your mindset is your motto, is what drives you. To be honest with you, if we're looking at a color black, if your mindset tells you that is white, there is nothing any other person can say on heart. It is white to you. Your eyes might be looking at black color, but if your mindset says it is white, it is recorded in your brain and it gets stuck there. And that is why we need to understand our mindset. A lot of people, they have good intention. Some people will advise you with good intention, but don't forget the vibe, the way other people perceive it. And that is why you have to make your intention clear. That look, what I've just told you, it is my view. Maybe somebody asks you for advice on a particular business, and you just let it be clear that it is your view, because tomorrow you might get yourself into that kind of business and you have discouraged somebody because your mindset at the time does not understand the business. So your mindset is the turning point. When we're talking about jealousy, husband did this, wife did this. One thing that we don't understand about husband and wife is that whatever your wife is, the mindset that you have accepted it, or that you are accepting it with, and your wife, that you've made more money than your husband, it is your mindset. If you believe that it is my money, I cannot share it with anybody because of the past experience, it is still your mindset. When we're talking about being jealous, if you see other people's, achievements, it is your mindset that makes you feel ill about other people's achievements. And this is how we discipline our mindset. That's another point. That is the turning point. The way you manage your mindset. How do you manage your mindset? Mindset. I have a just simple definition of a mindset. It is a set of assumptions, methods, or notations held by one or more people or group of people. I repeat, a mindset is a set of assumptions, methods, or notions held by one or more people or group of people. Your assumption. So when somebody share a success story with you and you feel funny inside of you, before you show attitude, your mindset have wired something to your brain, and that is what transmits your attitude, that the people will see, and it becomes your vibe that people will interpret. So the moment your mindset is telling you that, then you quickly check your mindset, that is this jealous or envy or I covet what this person achieved. If it is what you covet, there's no harm in you approaching the person and telling the person that, look, this thing that you've just achieved, if you don't mind, I really like it. I don't mind you training me how to do it. Then the person will understand that you want to learn, not that you now look for a way that will now pass a negative vibe to that person. It is a lot. Mindset is just like a muscle.
Can I just quickly check into that? Please, everybody, keep dropping your comments. If you want to call in, you can call in as well. Keep dropping your comments. How do you think? What are your points? Let somebody read it. Even after we finish the program, people still do check. Let people see what's your own opinion, your view on how you can convert negative vibe when it comes to jealousy or jealous, whatever English it is, pick one, how you convert it to positive. And this is the turning point. Please help me to share, let people know that we're on, and you can call on that line. You will see it. I will pin it. Now you can see it so that you can call us. If you are calling from outside UK, you can call as well. If you are calling, if you want to call on your WhatsApp as well, you can call through. But what Miss Mary was saying about mindset, I just want to quickly add something. That the way you evaluate any false belief, she's hammering that it could be a false belief that might be fueling your jealousy. There are often false, baseless beliefs that underline reaction of jealousy. If you examine the belief that transformed your thinking into your mind, then you often see that it helps you to reduce that jealous process, helps you to reduce the vibe that it is. You have to ask yourself question like what Miss Mary said now. Ask yourself, because if you believe that, this person is always like this person is that, this person doesn't like me, this person always have the best, and that is the eyes that you will use to see it. And that is one of the key points when it comes to how to train your mind. Uprooting. You first need to uproot. You first need to find out. You first need to detect, how do I deal with it? You first need to identify where the roots of that vibe is coming from. Is it my belief? Is it the way I see things? Is it the way I project things? Is it the way I'm brought up? Is it the way I process things in my mind? Please leave your comment. Let people be able to read it as well. Yes, Miss Mary. Another point why I allow you to continue is overgeneralizing or catastrophing something. This is what I mean. Catastrophizing. Hey, boy, girl. Like overgeneralizing something. Some common underlying belief, usually without basis, include I am not good enough for him or her, or if this person leaves me, I will never be able to cope. This belief based not on true findings. You just come up with a cliche and you live your life based on that cliche, even though it's not true. Over to you, Miss Mary.
Thank you. Mind. Our mind. I want to give us a little short description about our mind. Our mind is just like a muscle. The more we exercise it, the stronger it gets, and the more it can expand. Your mind, my mind, it is like a muscle. The more we exercise it, the more we feed it, the stronger it gets, and the more it can expand. That is why we need to work on our mind. If you start to feed your mind with negative, thoughts, it expands. The more you feed it, the bigger it becomes. And the more the attitude shows, your reaction shows.
Hmm.
But if you feed it positively and you quickly check yourself that what is going through my mind, am I being jealous? Am I being envy? Do I envy this person's achievement, or do I really want to do this? Is it part of my dream? Then we need to look at our identity. Somebody put in a comment, I think Miss Christine said, if you can do it, if it's something you can do, then work on yourself, your identity. A lot of us low self-esteem, identity affects our mindset, because you know that it is difficult for you. Like what we are doing now, a lot of people cannot face the screen, cannot face people. But instead of you to work on yourself, what are the courses you can do? What are the things you can do to build your confidence on the screen? You start to hate. You feed your mindset with what others are doing negatively. This is the turning point. Let us
Hmm.
work on our mindset. It includes everybody, because there is no one on this platform that will say, no, I don't think like that. Oh, Me, I don't do that. It is what everybody, the way you manage your mindset is where the turning point is tonight.
Mm.
How do
Mm.
you manage your mindset
You
to
are very right.
combat
I
it?
just want to read one or two comments here that they are buttressing your topic. Your you know what you're saying now. The key. Koforola said our mindset is the key, and this is where all the suggestion being processed. That's why we need to, every time we want to go through turning point, we have to check our mind where we fed our mind with so many garbage. We've believed in what is not true, and we use it and we make it like it's real, and it's not real. It's just an assumption somewhere, and we based our life on it. Miss Bola said you can improve your vibes by stop caring so much about the opinions of others. The opinion of others, and I can see some comments here. Mommy Abe Okun, yeah, I saw some comment as well that Mommy Bridget said that is true. Yes, so they are buttressing. Mommy Nika said, thank you for coming. That is true. Mommy Belita said, you can. Yeah, okay, they can hear you clearly. Okay, I saw some wonderful comments here as well. Mommy Christine said, establish happy habits. And thank you for sharing, Mommy Nika. Thank you for sharing. And also, somebody made some comment. Yeah, Miss, he said you can have it to start work on yourself. That means, it is possible. Pinpoint what is making you feel so jealous. You need to dig it out. I had that as a point as well. Pinpoint the trigger factors. Then try to pinpoint actual proof of the believed validity, and also evidence that contradicts the jealous thought. Develop greater awareness of your thoughts. Develop greater awareness. Awareness is coming from our mind as well. Awareness of your thoughts. You need to be aware. Don't just think for thinking's sake. Don't just start entertaining negative vibes for entertaining sake, that, oh, I'm right. Don't tell me what is not. Whatever I say is true. You might not be right. You need to find out and be aware of your thoughts. Get hold of it. What triggers them is larger part of solving problem. So now, Mommy Abiokun said, any vibe that comes through jealousy is mostly negative. To turn it around from the point, my opinion, we need distraction technically. Focus your mind on alternative things instead of focusing on things that brings the negative vibe. That is how you can turn it around to positive vibe. If you turn it on something that will generate positive mind, please give us a call. Turn your envy into admiration. That is Mommy Christine. Thank you. Recognizing all the hard work, instead of competing with people. Mommy Augustina said, sometimes background and adults in someone's life play major role on many people's mindsets. And yeah, okay, Mommy Augustina, okay, Mommy Augustina, and so changing it need visiting the foundation first, then learn to change it. So we need to dig deep, uproot it, and then what do? We change it. Yes, we only have few minutes to go. I've not been able even to do my own thing, but I am my own scenario. But I think we've been very blessed. Before we round up, I want Miss Mary to give us, just a roundup, because we've not been able to allow her to talk too much, because we're doing a lot of questioning and answer and contribution. We are reading to improve your vibe by being a good mental state. Wonderful. Ronke Adewiyi said, Mommy Ronke Adewiyi, wow. Yemi Oni is giving us a thumb up, say that, yeah, he agreed with that. And the line is open, nobody. Yes, okay, Miss Nick, Mommy Nick Dare said your mood changes. You need to change. Thank you, Mommy Esther Joba, for joining. Christina Yuade, can you see any comments there? Miss Mary, can you see
Yes,
any
I
comments?
can. I've got Miss Ronke Adewi here. This is a very valid point she raised there that I need to read out to people. Oh, she said, also be careful of people who their major business around you is to feed you with wrong and negative information. That is
mm,
very important. That is another point that I was going to get to. A relationship, your association can affect your mindset. Whatever they feed you with, and you start to work with it, like I said, your mind is like, like elastic, like a muscle. So whatever people say to you, you need to. That is why that question that we do, that's why I said, I don't judge anymore. You need to really get to the bottom of it. If you can't get to the bottom of it, just leave it. Don't get involved. Don't just jump into conclusion and judge. We
mm,
need to really check and work on our mindset. Our mindset is the major key. When we're
mm,
talking about vibes, jealousy, conflict,
mm.
envy, please work on your mindset, your background. Some people, they have low self-esteem and they were being abused from young. Why will your growing up affect my own achievements? So you need to be real with yourself, that why am I being ill? Why am I being not happy with this person's achievements? Because I could not achieve what they have achieved. So you need to identify the source, the trigger. Why am I upset because this person has made it in life? Once
Mm.
you are able to identify it, then you will manage your mindset. Thank you.
And just to buttress on your points, Bridget, mommy Bridget, God gift said, fingers are not equal. So we should not be jealous of what people have. It is just for you to appreciate and be inspired instead of being jealous. And we've not been able to stay put on this advice. Every time we want to stay put on it, we find ourselves on the other side of the spectrum. We don't know the temperature inside our stomach is 100 degrees centigrade. We can't handle it. Today, this is at the turning point, and you can hear it from our our guest speaker encouraging us that we need to work on our mind. It's heavy. She's saying it. We need to work on our relationship. Somebody said, yes, ma'am, thank you. They are buttressing what you're saying. Yes, somebody else said, yes, very true. That is Mommy Adenika. Just quickly, as we round up, read if there's any comments on Instagram as well. Nick Farm said the most important thing is to stay in your lane. Yeah, that's where you can keep yourself in check and not looking at external factor. Wow, staying in your lane. That is one of your school of thought, Miss Mary. What do you say to that as we round up?
That's my baby girl anyway, so I'm not surprised hearing that from her. Yeah, stay on your lane, but sometimes, I have tried staying on my lane, but I realize that you still need people. You need people to get to where I am today. It is the help of people. So yes, in as much as I want to stay on my lane, I just try to filter. If you are actually passing negative vibes to me, I will stylishly, slide you off. But if you are an added value to me, I will embrace you. There are so many people that I've met in this my little journey of life, which I realize some, they are purely negative vibes to me. And by the time I got to a stage that I need to be real with myself, I stylishly slide them off. And there are some, they are positive vibes. They have linked me, they have connected me, they have enhanced my knowledge and my status. So we discuss, we discuss valuable things that you will still be sleeping, you will be thinking about it. Staying on your lane, you need to really, really identify what is on your lane. You can't walk alone. If you want to walk in isolation, you will not achieve much.
Hmm.
But you
Thank
need to really, really identify your association. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is so powerful. A big thumb up to our guest. Thank you for coming. We know it's a very vast topic and we cannot finish it, but we just want to leave us with this note to say that please let us have a thought about it. We can do something about it. I don't believe that there is nothing we can do about it. Maintain what you have. Somebody said, mingle. Shade Agata, thank you for joining. Mingle with people of the same level. Wow. At times they say we should look up as well. That is a bit controversial, but that is key. Excellent. Mommy Otuyele said, I want to leave us on this note because our admin already has actually signed up to me that time up. I want to say thank you to everyone today. Please, 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 I want to leave you with this. Wherever you feel that vibe, negative vibe, you can control it to positive vibe. Change the control gear of that emotion. Ask a healthy amount of relevant questions. Learn to question your jealousy every time that it emerges. For example, say to yourself, is this jealousy because I feel afraid or angry? Ask yourself the question. Try to answer. Am I angry with this person, or am I afraid of something that I'm going to lose them? Why am I feeling this fear or anger? Why? Why here? You need to ask the question. Some other question that you can ask yourself is, what is making me jealous? What am I afraid of losing? You just, wake yourself up. Why am I trying to, what am I trying to keep? Why do I feel threatened? Identify, like our speaker said, these vital signs, they are very, very important. This is at the turning point. I'm not able to discuss my what is it called scenario today, but I know what we had is even more than enough today. Please, if you are alone, if you are going through, if you need counseling, if you try to do this on your own, you cannot. You can reach out to people that can help. You can reach out to the help of psychologists, counselor. They can help. You just need somebody that you talk with, and they will help you through the journey to stop that vibe from coming. Mommy Kofo said we need each other at some point, but just know when to exit when you notice jealousy. Agreed, ma.
True.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time. Please, we have charity that do help. If you know anyone that the COVID has affected in the United Kingdom, these villages, our in and out of London county, please reach out to us on Dominion Prophetic. We have Dominion Arc with the help of National Lottery that is giving people food even for Christmas. We're about to launch out next week. Please, if you know anyone, you can send voucher to them if they are living too far to get food to eat even for Christmas, that the children are going on holiday. Please don't be alone. We have spam women. If you have suffered abuse, you are alone. Miss Mary happened to be the president. Please, you need someone to listen to you, to help you, to hold your hand through the journey. If you want to rescue yourself from this negative vibe, converting it might not be as easy as we've discussed today. You might need somebody. Thank you very much. Ms. Kofo said is well informed and educative. I appreciate everyone today. A thumb up to our dear Miss Mary for coming today. I want to appreciate everyone. Thank you for coming. We've taken 7 minutes out of your time. Until next week, please think about this thing, work on it. It is workable, it is reversible. When you ask yourself this question, where by the time you are processing the answer, you will discover that the negative vibe is gone. Change your focus to whatever that is generating negative vibe in you and try to uproot the source of it. As we've talked today, you remember it's rooted in our mind and we need to work on it. We need to sort it out. We need to get help. This is at the turning point. Until I come your way next week, I want to say thank you to everyone. Have a very good evening. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining. Bye, people on Instagram. Bye, 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 bye on YouTube. Bye. Yes, before I end the chat, let me just say bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Miss Mary. Bye. My ink, my husband said you try, you always play it wrong. Thank you very much for joining. Who am I having there? Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you. It's playing now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Love you.